Hello Cancer, welcome back to my channel. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you for coming. If you're new, welcome. I hope you enjoy it. This is a general collective reading for your sign for the month of June. There are a few things happening this month. Notably, Mercury is retrograde at the moment. It will be retrograde right through till the 22nd of June. So back up all your electronics and your technical things. And just if you have to take a big decision or sign things or make big purchases, be very, very careful, read the fine print, go over things, triple check things. And if you can put it off, then rather do so until after the retrograde period. As sometimes, in this phase, it doesn't affect everybody, but some people may struggle with that. Things can be overlooked, assumptions can be made, things can be misunderstood, or like a mistake, or just things that go awry. They can go awry, and that goes for communications, obviously being Mercury. So all communications are important. It's generally more of a time to go back to the drawing board or to go over something which you are planning to do at some point. It's also a very introspective period. It's a time to go within, to go over things again, or to look at things in more depth. It's a great time to do that. And it's anything with a re in front of it, so recreate, reintroduce, relocate, release, repeat, review, anything like that, may come up for you. And it's an opportunity to come up with something better than what you had initially thought of. It can, in some cases, bring people or situations back into your life from the past. Normally, it's quite an important connection. It may even just be something that you see, but it can often bring a valuable information or an insight or even closure in some cases. Then the other thing is there's a new moon solar eclipse. This will be happening on the 10th of June, and that's in Gemini. And so a new moon solar eclipse, a new moon is always a clean slate, a new start of some sort, a new beginning. And a solar eclipse can be, it depends, but it can be quite big for some people. It could be, create quite a wave. And that could be in relationships, it could be in profession, it could also be relocation could come into that as well. So it normally forces you into the present moment. It's all about self-mastery, so issues will come up to be dealt with. It can be quite a quick thing that happens. It can be quite a turning point, change of direction. It will make you a little bit uncomfortable once the eclipse has occurred, until you find your feet, and then you can move forward. So there will be, it's going to affect the communication side quite strongly because it will be in Gemini. We also have Mercury retrograde in Gemini, and that will be staying in Gemini the entire period of its retrograde and even after. So very strong emphasis on Gemini. That's all things communication, contract and document based as well. Then we also have a square between Saturn and Uranus, so that will be happening. It's normally a generational effect, but I do feel some people, or most people, will be feeling it. Saturn is in retrograde in Aquarius, so all Aquarius matters, and then Uranus is in Taurus. So Saturn is always about discipline and structure and foundations. All of those things come in. And in Aquarius, it's going to affect technology and also the future friendships and possibly even your ideals, things like that, group structures. And then with Uranus being in Taurus, this is a very earthy sign. It's a very fixed sign, doesn't like change, and Uranus is the god of change. It's also the god of deconditioning. So you've got a square off between discipline and structure and deconditioning and change. So that will affect quite a few people. Uranus in Taurus, Taurus is a fixed earthy sign, very practical sign, and doesn't like change, as I said. And so money matters will come up with that as well. Then for you, Venus and Mars will both be in Cancer. This will be between the 3rd and the 12th of June. They won't be close together, but they will be in the same sign, your sign. So I expect some harmony in relation to those two. and masculine will, the masculine Mars aspect will have a bit of a face-off with Pluto on the 6th of June. So things may come up from underneath, things that have not been revealed, but there could also be a challenge to control issues. And the same thing will come up with Venus, which will then be opposite Pluto, and that will be on the 24th of June. So similar things, control issues, things coming up to be dealt with. Venus can also obviously representing the female aspect or feminine aspect, but it can also be about money issues and so on. And Mars is always about your will and taking action. There are a couple of other things going on as well. It will depend on your chart, what's happening. I feel the full moon in Capricorn will be important for you. That's going to be on the 24th of June. That's going to be opposite your sign. So expect a bit of a challenge there as well. But to soften things, Jupiter is in Pisces. Pisces is harmonious to your sign, and Jupiter in Pisces is only going to be there for a short time, a year and a half maybe. So, and that's an opportunity for transcendence and healing as well. So let's see what's coming up for you. Please don't forget to like and share, or like and subscribe, as that does help to move the videos around YouTube. For those that are new, I normally pick out 3 house cards and then we go from there. So we've got 9th house coming in for you. 10th house and 5th house. Let's get some astrology guidance. Okay, so we've got Pluto coming in. So I did say Pluto is possibly, Pluto is opposite your sign at any rate at the moment. So anything crossing its path or coming into contact with it is going to activate the Plutonic qualities, which is always about transformation, things coming up, control issues, endings and beginnings, things falling away. Let's just take that one. Saturn. Okay, Saturn also coming up. Bottom of the astrology deck is part of fortune increase. So that's a nice aspect to be coming in. Let's get Fairy Tarot. Oh, too many. Okay, Princess of Autumn. So that's good for progress, for success. Bottom of the Fairy Tarot is King of Winter. Let's get some goddess guidance. Isis, past life. Athena and White Tara. Okay. Bottom of the goddess deck is Una, Easy Does It. Let's get a Destiny card. commitment. Okay. All right. So we've got here, we've got the ninth house here. So ninth house is covers a number of issues. Now, this is can be travel related. It can be going on an adventure of some kind, whether that's within the mind or physically. So physically can be like an adventure or travel. It's normally long distance or international travel. And it can also be about learning. This can be higher education or adult education. It's also about the law and legal matters, the higher courts, so that may be relevant for you. It could also be studying those at this time. It can also be, it's also about your intuitive processes and the seeking of wisdom and truth, meaning to things. So faith and wisdom also come into this because it covers your belief systems. It can also be about philosophy and religion. In some cases, it can be relationship to in-laws as well. But it's about seeking truth and understanding and learning about things. And it can also bring in foreign cultures or foreign people, whether this is to do with a business like import, export, or whether it's to do with the travel, or whether you're just learning and understanding cultures or systems to do with foreign situations. That all of those may be possible at this time. It can also be just understanding faith in all its aspects, and whether that's a philosophical aspect. For many, belief systems are changing, or the understanding of belief systems are changing at the moment, so that may be relevant for you. Just take it as it resonates. Now we've got Pluto transformation here, and then we've also got Isis past life. The situation involves your past life memories. So this could be some aspect to do with, any one of those areas that I've mentioned in the ninth house. Now with your Pluto transformation, this is normally, as I said, Pluto brings up things from underneath, things that have been buried or haven't been acknowledged or haven't been dealt with or haven't actually even been seen or revealed. That can also come up. Rules the underground. So this could be aspects that you are coming to grips with now, or coming into your realization, or coming into your knowledge, things that you haven't understood or you haven't thought of before. You may just be seeing things, you may be putting pieces together that you couldn't see before. But it can also be about control issues, in some cases it can be like ego deaths. Dark night of the soul sometimes can come up with this as well. But it is also about seeing control measures in society or in the world in general, or it's within your life. Now, often the microcosm and the macrocosm are connected. So what is big is also in minute detail in your life. So you could be seeing or grappling with issues to do with control. All of these things may be coming up. It can also be about something passing away or leaving your life in some way, shape or form. And that's maybe why the legal aspect is coming in, or higher courts. It could be to do with something to do with that, something that has ended. Or it could be something to do with a legal matter, to do with a relative, perhaps an older relative that is now passed. Something like that may be coming up. So this aspects to do with transformation through death. Now this can be, as I said, mostly is symbolic, like ego death or some aspect of your life falling away. But in some cases it could be to do with somebody who has indeed passed on. So all of these may be coming in, but it's to do with getting to grips with what has been revealed, control issues, understanding ego. Also sexuality can come into this, but because it's in the ninth house and because you have Isis past life, I do feel it is to do with possibly legally. It could also be just transformation of your understanding, or of your legal situations or the law, and grappling to do with that. And it could also, as I say, just be to do with your faith, and your belief systems are getting a bit of a shake-up at this time. And it's all about, having faith in what it is that you can establish for yourself going forward. So the Isis past life is saying that this situation involves past life memories. So as I said, this could be something from underneath, something that has not been revealed up till now, and this could be a past life thing. You could just be feeling very uncomfortable about certain things, or you're feeling very uncomfortable with certain things that you are seeing or you are experiencing at this time. It may be bringing up feelings or aspects which you're not clear on, or you just don't know where they emanate from or why they upset you so much. And it could very well be to do with a past life. Something occurred there which kind of shook you to your core or tested you, and then now, so it's kind of echoing forward. It can also be, that your roots have been shaken up somewhat, and this is reminding you of a situation which you've been through previously. Some sort of shake-up, you don't feel so secure, things rising up from underneath. It could also be that to do with education. Perhaps you've been learning something, and you are going through a massive transformation process in getting to understand that. And it may be echoing things again from the past, trying to understand certain things or get to grips with certain things. So all of these aspects may be coming in, and it's just a general feeling of fear or uncertainty. And with the with the Pluto, sometimes it can feel like a tower moment. Really, sometimes it can bring that in. And what it's saying is that don't allow the fears or the worries or that uncomfortable feeling to hold you back. These changes are necessary, that are occurring. They're necessary and they need to happen. And just have belief in your faith or your intuition, or whatever it is that your philosophy. You may have to adapt or change a few things, but don't allow your ancient roots that have been set in a previous time to be rattled now, or to allow fears to overtake you while all of us in the world are going through transition right now. So it could very well be that just making you feel generally uncomfortable because of this tower moment, or because things are changing so deeply that it's difficult to get a grip on the situation. It could very well be to do with a past life, or something that has happened earlier on in your life and it's just echoing back again. It may be that you need to do some past life regression or past life work. You may be things to do with your past lives may be rising up within you if you are sensitive in that regard. So do your explorations and see what you can do to mitigate that. If it is legally related, you may be needing to consult somebody as well. It could be a karmic situation where you have been in a karmic situation with somebody before. This can be your karma or their karma or whatever it is. But just remember, each of us are contracted to get into situations with certain people at certain times, because we are working through our karma. So if it's a legal situation, that is, it's reminding you of, it's making you uncomfortable, or you're dealing with it, it could be linked to that. And there could be some legal situation which is arising out of that. And this is, it's kind of a landmark for you at this time. It could be very well that you have, there's a King of Winter here, so knowledgeable, experienced, fair-minded, unemotional. This can be a legal person, or it could be somebody in authority. We're going to get to that because we've got 10th house as well. So get advice from someone professional and objective. Public speaking may be coming up, but unemotional relationship. So this is normally a professional relationship, or a professional advice, or consultant, sort of client consultant kind of situation. So, but huge wisdom here. That this is the King of Air, or the King of Swords. So this is intellect. This is somebody who's got a lot of wisdom, very clear thinking, very precise thinking. and powerful in that, powerful in the air element, which is all about analytical mind and words and so on. So it could be a legal matter which you are getting involved in, or it could just be that you need to consult or talk to somebody who's got these qualities available at this time. And we have also got 10th house here. 10th house deals with the career, fame, reputation, and authority figures or authoritative institutions. So this can be like government, military, any kind of a strong, powerful institution could come in under this as well. But it can just be purely career related, or it could be to do with an authority figure that is close to you. It could be like a father figure or a mentor or a boss or a manager or even a guru, whatever, somebody that you kind of admire or is an authority figure in your life may be coming up at this time. It's also about maturity and like wisdom, it's very goal oriented. It's very ambitious energy that comes in with the 10th house. So now it's saying here we've got Gemini, I think, and then at the top we've got Athena, inner wisdom. So it's saying here that it could be that you're faced with a decision of some sort to do with this house. This could be, weighing up of the options, in two minds about things. In some cases, it can be a family member, like a general relative, or even an aunt, uncle, cousins, or even a sibling. It could even come in with that. So something to do with that may be coming in as well. But Gemini is also about the thinking processes and communication of all kinds, whether it's written, verbal, even body language, online. All of these issues come in, but it's the seeking of information, it's the understanding of the processing of information, analytical abilities. It's also research. Technology may be coming into this, like electronics and the internet and so on, doing research or finding out, the exchange of ideas. All of these things are coming in. So it could very well be that you have a decision to make or some kind of weighing up. It could also be that if it's career related or fame related, possibly, you may have to walk your talk in some way with Gemini. So just remember with Gemini that you need to be clear. You have to be able to back up what it is that you're saying. So that's why I say walk your talk. Now, Gemini is highly aspected this month, simply because of the Mercury retrograde in Gemini, and we have a new moon solar eclipse in Gemini. So there's a lot going on. The North Node is also in Gemini. So it's a strong focus. So all Gemini related things will come in, and this is, as I said, this is everything to do with communication, whether it's hearing things, receiving news, or whether you're giving them out, or it's to do with emails or contracts or documents or whatever it may be. And it could also be that you need to, as I said, be sincere about what it is that you're doing. You may be multitasking as well. You may be having to back up what you're saying with words, or you may have to sort of market yourself in some way. There's a number of ways that this can be coming in. And we've also got Athena, inner wisdom. You know what to do. Trust your inner wisdom and take appropriate action without delay. So it's saying that in this 10th house, whatever it's related, however it's relating to you, I feel that this decision or this choice or whatever it is that you're trying to make your mind up about, or whatever it is that you may have to, as I said, put your case forward. You may have to really be very clear about what it is that you want or expect, or what you're looking for. It may be a job related situation. So take action without delay. This is a full moon is coming in. So I did say full moon in Capricorn on the 24th of June could very well be important for you. And that is in Capricorn, which is the career house. It is the sign associated with the 10th house. So and you've got the wisdom of the owl. You've also got your spirit team behind you there, and there's communication involved. So, but it's accessing your inner wisdom, your intuition, your understanding. And you've got the 9th house, so that is aspected for you anyway, which is the house of intuition. So listen to your inner wisdom, listen to your inner guidance, follow your instincts and your intuitions, and being in Cancerian, that will be your natural mode. So listen to your inner guidance and your intuitions and go with your gut on this. It could be that you're being asked to commit to something within this house because you've got commitment here. It could be something, either a job or a work situation, or it could be something to do with an authority figure or institution. It may even be reputation based. It could even be related to your public status. So this is how people see you in the world. What is your public status in the world? You may be making a decision to commit to something, and Athena is saying, trust your inner wisdom in this regard. We have also got Princess of Autumn, so studious, responsible, cheerful, mischievous. Happy news about your career, promotions, or scholarships. Well thought out plans that go perfectly, needing a little push to get going. So far we've had the 9th house, which could very well be about higher educational study. So that could be to do with a scholarship, it could be to do with some aspect related to promotional work, something like that may be coming in. And it's also, well thought out plans, which is very much a 10th house thing. It's very goal oriented, very ambitious. It could be career related, as I said. And you just need a little push to get going. And this is why I feel that you are making a decision, or you're weighing something up. And this is why you need your inner wisdom and follow and take action without delay. We have also got 5th house here. So 5th house is the house of creativity. So this is your particular brand, or your flair, or your originality, or your individuality. So it's accessing all of that. Any kind of creative abilities you have, however they're manifesting. We all have creative abilities. We're born creative. Not all of us are artistic, but we are all born creative, and you use that creativity in millions of ways every day. So it's your particular focus on that, if it's a focus in this house for you. It's also the house of children. So this may be your children, or other people's children, or just children around you at this time, or it could be the childlike quality within yourself. It can also be about birth and conception, things like that. Love affairs also fall into this house. It's also about all forms of recreational activities, anything fun, pleasurable, anything that is good for you, that you're enjoying. It could be a club activity, it could be a sport. So 5th house is very much about recreational activities, having fun, enjoying yourself. All of that comes in there. Also a risk may be coming in for you with this situation. So it could be a risky situation, or it could be a type of profession which involves risk. Just take it as it resonates. So we've got Saturn here, and we've got sensitivity. So it's saying that Saturn is always about bringing in rules and structure, and in some cases truth as well. And with White Tara, sensitivity, you are becoming increasingly sensitive. Avoid harsh relationships, environments, situations, and chemicals. So this could be related, obviously, to yourself, or it could be related to your children, or you and your children. See how it goes. So it could be that possibly issues are coming up to do with being triggered in some way. Now, this could be through relationships or people around you, which you've kind of you need to withdraw from, because their aspects of their energy is rubbing you up the wrong way, or it's creating issues for you. It could also be negative or low vibration energies around you. And we are all of us growing and evolving and changing all the time. And certainly with the 9th house aspected for you, your belief systems could be changing as well. And so you may just be feeling that you are not connecting with the same people that you have in the past, simply because your interests are diverging now. Or you just have a different emphasis, your value system has changed, whatever the situation is. So it can also be environments. It could be a work environment or a home environment, or whatever the situation is. It could even be schools, if it's related to your children. The current ethos in schools is not going to suit everybody, so maybe a change is coming in there for you, or something that you need to address. It could also be to do with chemicals as well, or any kind of situation which is triggering for you, which is ringing alarm bells for you. And this can be, sensitivity can be, as I said, energy which is not a match for you. Also, things like chemicals, toxic things in the home, things which you can change for a more environmentally friendly product, which is not harmful to your health. They're just, when you start on the ascension path, you automatically become more sensitive, and so you need to protect yourself and your children's energy. This is about clearing out things which are triggering, which are creating allergies or toxins or anything to do with that in your environment. So just be aware that this is coming in for you. Now with the Saturn, it could be that you are having a few truths about what's falling into this house. There could be a few truths coming up, but it can also be about rules, regulations, and also to do with sort of structure, systems, anything like that falls in under Saturn. It's also time may be coming up for you as well. So you may just be needing to put some boundaries in place now. And to protect yourself and your children, or whatever the situation is here, boundaries, you need to put those in place to protect your energy and to clear out things which are triggering for you, and just to limit exposure. And certainly with Saturn, this is a very realistic look at things, seeing things for what they are and taking a realistic approach, and clearing out anything which is inharmonious or wobbly or insecure in your life. Because with Saturn, you always want to be building strong, firm, strong foundations that are going to be long-lasting. And you don't want to be engaging in a situation which is going to have a wobbly foundation or is going to fall apart at the first challenge. So this is about creating something that's long-lasting, something that's going to really stand the test of time. And you may just have to be a little bit doing a bit of trimming or sort of austerity measures in some cases, or just limiting certain things at this time. If this is to do with a creative project, well then, as I said, putting boundaries in and limiting exposure in certain things, taking a realistic look, and actually focusing on the things that are working for you and letting go of the things that are not, or the things that are rubbing you up the wrong way. It may be to do with that. It could also be to do with a recreational activity or a sport that you're involved in. You're just seeing certain things now, or you're understanding something and seeing it for what it is, and you'll be able to discern, or you should be able to discern, what is right for you and what is not. And that is what the White Taurus sensitivity is going to teach you now, to be able to discern what is going to be a permanent fixture in your life and what is not, and what to clear out, how to go about it. Saturn in some cases can be quite a hard taskmaster. As I said, it's about boundaries. It's about putting structures and systems in place. In some cases, it can be restrictive, or you could just feel like the world is against you a bit. So it can be quite a hard energy. But if you work with Saturn and harness that energy, whatever you create under the Saturn energy will be long-lasting. And it's slow-moving energy. It's not fast. But whatever you create under this energy will stand the test of time. We have got here Una, easy does it. So there's no need to hurry or force things to happen. Everything is occurring in perfect timing. So as I said, with Saturn, this is a slow-moving energy. And so whatever it is that you're trying to create here, it's saying that you don't need to force. You don't need to rush. You don't need to be, obsessing about things. Just everything is occurring in perfect timing. And, whatever it is, whether it's a relationship or a creative project, whatever it is, or an activity that you're involved in, or a career or study, whatever it is, it's saying that even if you can't get to do it full time right at the moment, just keep going at a pace. Do it as a sort of a part-time thing initially, and then once you get stronger and things start taking off, then you can move into a more full-time situation. You may be wanting to start your own business, or you may be wanting to do an activity and you just can't get to it to the level that you wanted to at the moment. But all of these things, whether it's a relationship or an activity or a career or whatever it, something that you're learning, or whatever it is that you're trying to aim for. It takes nurturing, it takes commitment, and this is why you have the commitment. And it's a kind of a process that you've got to go through, and that's why she's saying easy does it. Don't give up at the first hurdle. Don't lose patience. These things unfold, and everything is coming in perfect timing. So all you have to do is show up and be committed to what it is that you're trying to do, and just work steadily through and nurture whatever it is, and you will get the result that you want. With part of fortune increase, this is a very nice card to be having. It's a lovely energy. It's like it can manifest in a couple of ways. It could be a trigger that occurs in your life. Now, this could be the Pluto kind of energy coming in. It could be like a tower moment, or it could be some sort of shift or ending and new beginning, some sort of cycle change happening, or it could be this decision that you're going to make. Or it could be that you are now putting boundaries in about certain things and actually creating structures that are going to last in your life. It could be even that you're structuring your children's behavior, or activities, or schooling, or whatever it is that's going on there. Certain things are coming in. But it's saying that whatever trigger is coming in for you, it could very well be stirring up latent abilities, or skills or talents that you have. Now, this is something that you've been born with. It's inherent in you, but it hasn't been focused on for some reason. Now, this is often an area of your chart which is kind of overlooked, and it really is your pot of gold. You can actually make a profession, or can really harness the skill or this talent or ability, and really make it work for you in some way. And this is what the pot of fortune can do for you. It can increase that in your life. It can actually, you can actually, once you've realized what it is, you can harness it. You can study further on it, which is why I think you've got the 9th house. Whatever it is, something that you're going to discover through a situation, you're going to discover that you actually have an affinity for this, whatever it may be, and then you can follow it as far as you can go. It could involve a career change or a profession change, or it may just start out as a hobby and then become something much more serious for you as time goes on. So all of these things are possible with this energy, but it's going to stir something up for you, and then you can harness that and then take it further. You can study further. You can, really hone that ability, whatever it may be. So that's an aspect of this. Also, part of fortune can be literally, as a result of something that you do or say or you are working on, you're going to get noticed in some way. So it's like a form of notoriety. It could also be a reward coming to you, or a blessing, or some kind of something falls in your lap, like a gift, or support, or whatever it may be. But something could very well manifest for you. It's like lady luck or good fortune is smiling on you. Something just works for you, and this could very well be, the happy news about your career promotions or scholarships. So something that you've been putting effort into, or something that you've now realized is actually a skill of yours, could start bearing fruit, or you work on it and your dedication will bring the fruit in, whatever it is. But this is saying that the part of fortune needs to be harnessed in some way, and your effort and your work that you put in will bear a result, and good fortune will smile on you. Okay, Cancer, I hope you enjoyed that. Please take care, have a good month, and please don't forget to like and share, or like and subscribe, and I will see you next time.